Hey guys, so this is actually going to be the first video. I actually made another video. It was detailing a few little exercises, but I have that PDF, and I just realized that just because of like my kind of restarting my fitness journey, my goal is to get more muscular, not necessarily put on a whole bunch of mass. I'm sitting around like 200 pounds. I'll probably end up at 200 pounds, but I'll be a lot leaner and in better shape, and so I'll kind of lose a little bit of body fat, probably some like a little bit of inflammation and stuff like that, and then put on some muscle too. So this is the beginning of my journey, and so this is a leg workout, and also too I'm gonna figure out. So hopefully it'll be up. I'm gonna link down below where you guys can go and pick up the ebook, which is the little ebook that I made last year. Let's see if I can speak properly here. That I made last year, so I'm following that. So I'm starting off today. This is legs. So this is quads, hamstrings, calves, and I'm also doing planks, which is sort of like it's I'll probably come up with a better description of it, but it works more like your internal muscles, and it's a static movement. So I'm going to explain it when I'm showing this little video, and then I'm going to do my typical abs superset. So hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys find this useful. Please comment if you like, and hey, feel free to join me on my little fitness journey if you're starting out too. So you can just follow along with me. You can either follow like let's say the next day. So you can say, okay, so I got this now. I'm busy today. I'm gonna start doing it, and I'll start doing legs. Then you have the whole program, and you also have some descriptive notes and video of me doing the actual exercises. And then if ever you need, I want you to just post or send me a DM, asking me specific questions of whatever it may be, to answer any kind of questions you guys might have to help you along your fitness journey as well. So peace, love, happiness, and live with passion, everyone. All right.
Okay, so we're starting off with what I consider to be one of the harder movements. I haven't done this in a while, right? So I'm just getting back into shape, like I had mentioned before. And so these are split squats. So you can call them also lunges, but I like doing them this way because it has less of an impact upon your knee. So if you're walking forward, there's always like that jarring kind of movement, and this keeps the tension on the quads. And of course the stretch and everything else, like all those parts of the muscles are being worked. You can see I don't actually go to the top of the movement. I kind of squeeze it at the top and then go down as low as I can where my knee is actually touching the floor. So I would recommend doing these things, just like I said in the book. They're one of the harder movements, so that's why I did it first, just like I had mentioned that. Next, we're going to move on to another quad movement. Again, this isn't very heavy, but when you're getting back into training, it's all relative. So if I haven't been doing these in like a couple of months, which embarrassingly that has been the case, I'm in a weakened state. So anything I do is going to stimulate basically muscle growth, metabolism, and all these kinds of things. This movement is obviously a full squat. I don't have like a squat rack or anything like that, so I'll be doing something like this, holding dumbbells. This is obviously pretty light, like I mentioned before. It's just 40 pounds, keeping the reps around 12 to 15 reps. Next, we're going to move on to a hamstring movement that can easily be done with no equipment. So I'm going to grab this 40 pounds here again. And then what I'm doing is I'm bending over doing what I call a stiff-legged deadlift. So the emphasis here is obviously you're going to have lower back involvement. You want to keep your back nice and straight like I'm doing right there. But you want to create an emphasis, a stretch on the back of the hamstrings. So that's why they're called stiff-legged deadlifts, because really at the hinging point where my knee is, it doesn't really change the angle. So I'm just trying to get the maximum stretch I can, and then a nice squeeze at the top. And then I'll increase the weight as it goes on from week to week to week. And all the reps and sets and so on are in the PDF that I'm linking down below. Okay, so next we're going to move on to calves. And so I have a little block of wood. It's actually a square block of wood. So this is why I have the dumbbells on it, because I have to be really cautious just to be safe. Because obviously if I pull back too much of my weight on that little block is going to flip and you could get hurt. So anyways, this is my little makeshift thing where I can get a maximum stretch. As you can see, so I'm holding a 35-pound dumbbell. I'm doing up around 12 reps, something like that. And I'm getting the best stretch I can possibly get, just 1 foot at a time. The reason for that is that we all have different flexibility in both feet. So if you're doing both feet at the same time, then one ankle or one calf is going to get a complete stretch and the other one's not going to be stretched fully extended because they're both a little different. So if you do them independently like that, not only is it more challenging to keep it steady, which is it's going to utilize other muscle groups too, and parts of your calf to keep yourself like stable and steady, but it's going to be more effective in the long run. And so really that's what we're looking for. This next movement is planks, and I'm just starting off with 45 seconds. 3 sets, 45 seconds. This works your core, internal core muscles. I'll write it down. I can't remember what the name of it was, just like in the intro video. So here I'm just basically statically holding myself there. I'm on my toes. I'm trying to keep my body as straight as possible. I lifted it up there just simply because I felt like it was harder for me to do that. But if I'm looking at it right now, I could probably lower my back a little bit, just to make it more of a straight line, that kind of thing. I have a watch in front of me where I'm keeping track of the 45 seconds. But this is really, really good for stabilization of your core, and something I highly recommend. And yeah, so that's that. So that's planks. I'll do 3 sets of those for 45 seconds each. Then now we're moving on to like what I demonstrated in the last video, but I'm going to demonstrate it in all these videos because this is what I'm doing, right? And as it changes, I'm sure it'll change too. So this is what I've been doing, like I'd mentioned before, for years and years and years. So this is just crunches that are supersetted with leg raises. And I'll kind of re-emphasize, like I did in the other video, I don't come up very high. I come up where I'm squeezing my abs, but I'm not bringing my shoulders up, let's say, to touch like you would in a military style one where my elbows are going to come up and touch my knees, because I'm going to have to incorporate other parts of the muscles. And I'm just really trying to target my abs. So that's why I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it. Here I usually shoot for about 12 reps. I'm trying to get the maximum squeeze that I can. Here you can't really see my feet, but my legs are fully straight, and I'm doing leg raises, and I'm doing them in the same way. I've seen other people do leg raises where they bring them much, much higher. But what ends up happening, at least with me, is I start incorporating the very front of the quad up near my hips, and I have to engage that in order to get up that far. And I want to keep it, again, targeted on the lower abs. So this is an alternate. I wanted to show you guys an alternative where I've got my leg crossed over and I'm hitting where the obliques are. So that's where the muscles are that are just kind of, they kind of look like fingers, just kind of on top or not really below your rib cage, but here I'm just kind of pointing to the area. It's right there. So this is just some sort of like an alternative that you can do, or you can also throw it in as another exercise to put into like a superset, but that works as well. Hey guys, and just for a little bonus, I thought I'd throw this in here. So this is just what I'm eating right now. Hopefully you guys can see it. I don't know how to flip the phone when I'm recording a video, but this is 4 whole eggs, about 200 grams of rice, and there's some vegetable oil in there. I kind of ran out of olive oil, so usually I use that, but some spices, that kind of thing. And but that's pretty much it. So that will be the first meal. Take care.